we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, Lord. Every time you're near, every time I see your smile, hear your hello, saying you can only stay a while. And I know that it's hard for you to say the things we both know are true. But tell me how come I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, babe. Every time I hear how you
Yeah, I just want to get in my bag for a couple minutes, right? And have the slow music playing.
Boy, don't come here with that soft voice on no Friday.
All right.
The heck?
You silly, baby. You silly, baby. You know that?
Shout out to our sponsors.
She keep talking about how
Northern
you swap a
Marketing.
dime out for a penny.
Mecca, Mind Our Own Businesses, LeBron Construction, KC Electric, the Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Pressure Inc., TFG Tax Proof, and the Abstract Pins.
Right. And Inspire Clothing Brand, right?
Oh,
And
Inspire.
Nerds Family Kitchen.
Oh,
Come on,
and
man.
Nerds
Yeah,
Family Kitchen.
yeah.
Me and Inspire didn't make the list. We not on this list.
I was supposed to get a new list, but
I'ma just pencil us in.
go ahead, pencil them in, right? Leslie! Thank you for your donation. As always, man, we start the show off with CRMC, man. The Wonder Years. Make sure y'all play that, man. Get them they money, man. Get them they money. Apple Music. I'm sure it's on Spotify. I'm sure it's everywhere, man.
It's on Spotify because I got Spotify.
Right.
It's on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
iTunes.
They don't get no money for SoundCloud, but definitely play it on.
I found a lot of their music on SoundCloud.
But CRMC, man, make sure you check them out. Doing their damn thing, bro. Wonder Years. That's where this song comes from. Red Eye, man. Check it out. But let's go, Maserati Ran.
I'm just trying to get a peace of mind. Make money, increase the grind. Just know that I'm good as long as I know that all of my people fine. You can never compete with time. Tell America cease to fight. Just cause I'm black don't mean that I'm strapped. And if I am, just look where I'm at. But it's too hard here, I can't sign that. Like where that dough at, cause I'm gonna find that. It took some time, but I got my grind back.
Oh, man, what was that? See?
He just cut the song short.
Yeah, I just definitely cut the song short. But good morning, everyone. It's Friday. It's June 25th, right? It's the 25th.
It's the 25th.
It's June 25th, man. 2021, man. It's a great morning. I want everybody to, if you're at work, stand up and say, I can. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do after 5 o'clock, man, because it's Friday. It's the weekend, man. I don't know what you got planned on the weekend, but yeah, have fun, man.
I'm going to have fun this weekend.
Go down to the beach, right?
Maybe I'll take my son on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe take your kids to the beach. It's Dylan's birthday.
Nope.
No, it's not his birthday.
Tuesday.
Well, you're celebrating it, right?
Yeah.
Right, so it's his birthday.
He getting on my nerves.
Why wouldn't he?
He just keep coming in. First of all, his name is Miles. So when you see him tomorrow, his name is Miles. That's what he would like for him to be called.
So did you get him the right
Spider-Man
outfit
that says Miles on it? So we never knew this as kids growing up. It was always Peter Parker.
Oh, well, Miles is we wouldn't have known anything. This is a newer situation. They gave Spider-Man, his death, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Green Goblin came together with the Sinister Six. You don't know any of that stuff. Say, I know it because I was a comic book head, and he died, right? And Miles then took on the mantle of
Yes.
Spider-Man.
So Miles,
Right.
Because my kids, they have this whole thing with the Avengers, and they all call themselves an Avengers. They have an Avengers group chat. So Kai is Spidey, and the one who just graduated, she's Spider-Man. So as we're out shopping for their graphic tee, Kai picks up Spider-Man. You can't be Spider-Man. I'm Spidey. And she says, well, I'm Peter Parker. He says, and I'm Miles. They're in the middle of the Target going off. I'm like, who the hell is Miles? And I pick up a shirt, and it really says Miles at the top as the name with the Spider-Man logo. Like, well, who the hell is Miles?
Who the hell's Miles?
Y'all gonna have to tell me or show me or something. So he broke it down to me. No, Miles is the kid. He's the new one, Mom. He's still in school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, that's not Spider-Man, son.
Listen.
Broke his little heart.
So many stories change, but they remain the same. So his father passed away when he was fighting crime. His father was a cop.
I asked him, was he going to a funeral?
No, man, I can't afford 100 stars. Thank you, Dante. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. You see Naf in there in one of the new chairs, leaning back in it already, right? You know that's why I want to get.
I didn't lean back in it.
You're leaning back.
No, that's how the chair is, bro. It's not me. It's comfortable for me.
Get closer to your microphone, man, before we fight.
Good morning, all.
But we're here, man. We got the new chairs in here, as you can see, 3 and 2 more still need to be put together. If anyone does any,
I asked them, don't do that. I asked you, did you want me to send somebody up here? And you said no, you was gonna do it. You was in here beating
not
these
putting the
chairs
chair.
up.
I'll put the chairs together. I just need somebody to clean up in this joint.
Oh, let me call
This joint-
Meg though. I'll
this
call my
joint is a
housekeeper.
mess. This joint is crazy. But anyway, man, make sure you stay tuned to CMP today. The 10 of Life will be broadcasting their podcast at 6 o'clock. Or is it 5 o'clock? Might be 6 o'clock. I think it's 6 o'clock. I don't know. I got so many things going on today. And at 2 p.m., I will be sitting down with the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club. It's a new appointment. We have a new brother. Can that chair hold? Yes, it can. That's why I made sure. I know the rear ends of the ladies that frequent the radio station are big. I was about to say nice, and that would have got me in a lot of trouble, right? They're bigger than, I don't know how to say that.
They're real.
They're real.
Yeah,
They're real. They're real.
they're real.
Right. So everyone, I made sure the chairs can fit everyone, right? Small, big, large, little,
And the Life
whatever.
at 6, Boys and Girls Club at 2.
Right.
Thank
Yep.
you, Leslie. Somebody gotta keep him in check, Leslie. because-
Listen, man, I'm not saying I don't need that. I definitely need that. And not having Leslie here has shown me just how helpful she was, right? And I just wanted to rest. I'll
She get
handle
ready to
everything.
beat you. She get ready.
You.
She's getting ready to
And
get
I
beat.
cussed her out the other day. I'm like, why are you coming down here, right? And, oh, I just want to get out. You can't get out of the house. You're stuck in the house. Stay in the house. So I just want everybody to know I'm not bringing Leslie out of the house.
I understand the cabin fever because after I had surgery, now it's 5 years ago.
Right.
After I had surgery 5 years ago, nobody came like to take me out or nothing, and it's hard being in the house. And
It
they told
is.
me I had to stay in the house for 7 weeks before I could come out for a doctor's visit, and then I was supposed to be in the house for like 4 months. That's hard.
It's hard.
That is hard as all outdoors. Not going anywhere but to the shower,
Right.
to bathe, and then
Back in the
bathroom,
bed.
and then back to bed. And
Right.
when they tell you, but you should give yourself that time. When they tell you to slow down, you slow down.
Slow the fuck down.
Like
or your body
or God
will
will lay you
slow
down.
you down. And we don't want God to lay anybody down, but your body will slow you down. And Leslie, listen, prayers out to Leslie. She's in the hospital right now because she's hard-headed, right? But you got to sit down. You definitely got to sit down. So go ahead, man. Enrique Latoyson. Latoyson Law is our sponsor.
Today's show is brought to you by Latoyson Law, owned and operated by Chester's natives, Enrique Latoyson. Latoyson Law is there for you when you need it the most. They can handle all of your legal needs. Support Chester-owned Latoyson's Law. They handle property transfer, criminal defense, and all other legal needs. Right firm, right now. Their phone number is 610-999-1439. Right firm, right now.
The right firm right now, Latoyson Law. Thank you for your sponsorship, sir. And listen, if you have any legal needs or legal wants, or you just want to ask some questions, man, call that number, and his helpful staff will help you out right away, man. Let's go, man. We got a couple different situations we talking about this morning. We're gonna talk about Kodak Black and how people feel. You know, he
played in the face of Kobe
it's
Bryant.
his 24th birthday. So for
everybody calls it their Kobe year.
Right, everybody.
It's like it's their Jordan year when they 23.
But he bought a helicopter and painted it purple.
So his whole thing was to come home from jail on a helicopter, which he got out January 2020.
And Meek Mills did that, so it's
Meek
right.
had already did it, but he was in Cali. He was coming home. He was going wherever he was going. He was going to do it on a helicopter. But in the meantime, because that's how he was coming home, Kobe had just passed either the day before he came home or something. So they shut it down. No, we're not going to come home on a helicopter. It can't be the way. But again, with sensitive America and their such sensitive ways,
You can't say anything.
you cannot say anything. You can't tribute. Kobe traveled by helicopter everywhere he went.
Everywhere he went.
He to avoid traffic. You can't say that because he passed in a helicopter, no one could ever make that gesture. I don't think that should be like a bad thing. Shout out to Kodak Black for keeping his name alive. He was like, KB and KB, like, okay, that's how you want us to view it. He's like, I'm 24 years old, and he was explaining himself. And I'm like, I don't think anything deserves an explanation. You did what you did, and you did it how you wanted to do it. You in turn turned 24. Something most black men aren't doing nowadays, and you wanted to celebrate it your way. That's like saying don't get on the ship because the Titanic sank. No, that don't even make sense. Oh, because it's the new America, sensitivity is at an all-time high, and everybody's taking it to offense. I don't think they should be offended by that. Not at all.
There are so many comedians that say it's hard to do stand-up comedy today
Anymore.
because you don't know who's going to be offended by whatever joke you tell. And then you try to, cater your jokes to not offend anybody, and you end up offending someone anyway. If there's a room of 50 people in the room and a comedian tells a joke, 9 times out of 10, 5 people in there are going to be like, oh, man, they're going to feel some type of way. Before, it wasn't a big deal. Now, it's one of the hugest deals when we deal with media and social media and coming out here and talking about things. You can absolutely hurt so many people's feelings. But, again, what is it? I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you.
Yeah.
Like that's just how you have to look at life. But we have dropped that completely, and it's more like, what you say about me hurt my feelings.
I feel like when we were younger and we went to comedy shows and things like that, like you knew not to sit in the front because you would be the butt end of the joke and stuff like that. Like you can't say anything. If you say something today, 20 years from now, it will bite you in your ass. Remember you said this? Remember you did this? The way the world has changed today, it has changed words to be sensitive and compassionate, opposed to just being the meaning that they are. Remember, what's his name that passed away? The dark-skinned comedian. Had his own show.
Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac used to be like,
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
But he made the joke about his nephew, and I asked my little niece where she was. Him downstairs. But now you say him downstairs. Who downstairs? You got to be in specific. Nah, right. I'm saying like, no, the cousin, he's downstairs.
Yeah, Leslie said that to me a couple times when I got my toenails polished, and I said, yo, stop playing with me, bro. I'm not gay. And I found myself
defending yourself.
I apologize, Leslie, right? Because I got upset, but it was like, why you keep saying it? Like, it's not funny. I don't find it funny.
See, you don't find it funny, but somebody else
Other people
did.
do. And that's where you have to be like, all right, well, I know me. I know what I like. And you
have to have understanding that everything that's not funny to you may be funny to someone else. People are way too sensitive. I said that a few shows ago about sensitivity and conversations and how you can't say anything. Everybody takes things to heart.
All the way.
And it's like, oh, they was talking about all of us.
Right.
Nigga, he said his name in specific. He was talking about him. Like, don't add me into all of us. I was laughing. But it's a shame. Shout out to Kodak Black for celebrating his 24th birthday when we know so many black men who don't make it to 24 years old. Right. And he's doing something. At the time when he was supposed to come home from jail from being incarcerated for, I think, 2 years, he came home. It was Kobe's death time, and everything was like at a all-time low. America was kind of sad. So he decided to make it up to himself. He turned 24, which is his Kobe year, which is what our kids state today. This is my Kobe year. I'm 24. This is my Jordan year. I'm 23.
Right.
They make it out to be that number, that jersey number all the time.
Oh man, I'm coming up on my
What is
42. Let me see whose number is 42.
Well, wait till you get to 44.
All of the. You said 44. Who's 44?
Isn't that Barack Obama?
That's the 44th president, right? He didn't wear the number 44.
Hey, I mean, listen, let me
I
celebrate
think it's
how
Jackie
I was.
Robinson. That's my Jackie Robinson year.
44 or 42?
42.
42 is Jackie Robinson year?
Yeah.
That's a good year.
That's a great year. Oh yeah.
But people taking it to offense. Don't do that because then they'll say, "Oh, now he's making a mockery of
I ain't
Jackie
making
Robinson."
Man, Jackie Robinson the reason they picked Jackie Robinson is because of his attitude. Is because he didn't take offense to certain situations. Now, were there greater baseball players than him at that time? Black baseball players that deserved a shot? Absolutely. But they wouldn't have been able to take the ridicule and the punishment that Jackie Robinson had to take to be able to play baseball.
But guess what? Jackie Robinson saw it as business. He never saw it as personal. This is all the way business for me. So whatever they got to say about me, they still gonna pay me. I'm still gonna get this check. Honey, let me get this money and get my mama out of that neighborhood that she's been trying to get out of forever, instead of being offended and saying, I don't think that this is for me. Oh, the money not for you. The words are. Okay, well, let the words cut you, and we're going to cut this check to somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's it. So I respect Kodak Black for his tribute. I do. I didn't find it offensive at all. You can't say anything in life nowadays without someone being offended. And every time you turn around, his wife is taking everything so hard.
That's her husband.
It's a loss for her, but it was also a loss for us too.
It's not as much. And I used to. Oh man. I used to feel like that when my father died. It's like, Mom, my dad died, but that was her husband.
Yeah,
right.
And
so
I had
too. Right?
I had to understand that when I said I had my father every day of my life, and forgot my children had him every day of their lives too.
Right.
So it's their grandfather,
Right.
and I was very insensitive to them when it came to that. Nah, this is my dad. Y'all can't tell me not knowing they're going through it twice as hard,
right.
because they grieving for their mom, who's grieving for her dad, and then they grieving for themselves.
Right.
I said,
3
wow,
times.
yeah,
3 times.
that's hard.
Right.
But we always tend to have ownership, and we think that it is all about us. It's really not. So I had to share my dad with a lot of people.
A whole lot of people.
And I'm like, they don't feel how I feel. And then here they do.
You was selfish. Man.
I was, so what?
So selfish.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
CMPRadio.net, man. This is the morning meeting. You know what we do here at the morning meeting. We talk about whatever's going on in the community and outside of the community. What we got for community news? What's going on? I watched you were running late because of your landscaper. So I was watching Stefan Roots live, and he was talking about the Stormwater Authority.
Are we talking about the same Stormwater Authority that's supposed to clean these curbsides and they flooding?
Listen, they
they
got a
do?
$400,000 machine that's cleaning the streets. They're putting in new drains that they look like they're working.
They look like they're working.
But they're
I can tell you
working.
where we can find them at today.
This girl is crazy.
I'm just saying, okay, so over Nova Vista, there's a storm drain right on the corner, cat corner from my house.
Right.
And it makes no sense that storm drain, they are out there sitting at that storm drain at least twice a week. It makes no sense that storm drain floods every freaking time it rains. I don't care if it's a little bit of rain, if it's a lot of rain, it floods every time.
Something down there.
So they're supposed to go down there and
Not
clean
inside.
it out.
The
They have a vacuum.
That are training. They're coming in. They have a company. Remember when I was going for that job, and you was like, bro, it's not going to work. I was like, but there's a lot of money, so I might, yeah. So they're trained to come in and refurbish the storm drain.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I don't think yours has been done yet, but they're
None
working.
of them have been done.
They're working in the
Our
city.
city was just flooded the last time it rained. Come on, stop playing.
They're working.
No,
They're working.
they
You
acting
see-
like they working.
You
They
see-
doing
you
what
see
most of the people
You see
do.
progression coming.
Where?
see
Oh,
progression
you see it coming.
Yeah,
It ain't got here yet.
it takes a while.
How
It takes a
long?
while. It's not instantaneous.
Well, how long have we been arguing about the stormwater? 2 years now, right? We're in 2 years.
Right.
I know, because my stormwater bill high. I ain't paid it yet. Widener ain't paid theirs, neither did Harris, and neither did the PPL.
But I think that's where the problem is, right?
What's the problem?
That we're
They
not-
implemented a new bill in the Chester without asking the citizens to be
Well,
a
you
part
can
of
ask.
it.
There is no new bill that the citizens of Chester will say is cool to have.
If you explain to us why we need stormwater bill. If you
Right.
explain this to us, why we need this whole stormwater situation to be taken under control, because 291 was so flooded one day that you could not get through it for
Absolutely.
almost a day and a half, right?
Absolutely.
So if you explain it to us as to why we need it, and it's only costing you the minimum amount of $3.16 with a penalty if you don't pay the $3.16 to start. If you explain it to people, they won't mind paying it. Okay, well, as long as I don't have to go make a detour that way, then yes, please, by all means, bring this in. Level-headed people will understand. Shit happens, and we always have to change direction at some point in time. But you have to explain it to me before you just tell me and sit this bill in front of me and say, hey, listen, you got to pay the $76 next month. No, I'm not. $16 next month, depending on how many properties you have,
Right.
and if they send them all at one time. But outside of that, no. I'm just saying, it's some things that, like you always say, you got to have a conversation with.
Definitely
You should have
gotta
brought
have a
that up.
conversation.
You shouldn't have just sat that on their lap. Senior
def-
citizens can't afford certain things.
Yeah, we definitely gotta
$16
talk
is a
about
lot to them.
It is. It's a whole hell of a lot.
Well,
So today is sentencing day for former Minneapolis officer Derek Chauvin. As many will remember, he was the man that kneeled on George Floyd's neck, causing his death, closing a chapter in a case that has sparked global outrage and a reckoning of racial disparity in America. Chauvin, 45, faces decades in prison, with several legal experts predicting a sentence of 20 to 25 years. Though Chauvin is widely expected to appeal. I got my co-host today. Hey!
Jordan!
What's up, Jordy? How you feeling? Right?
Tell her she is late.
Right, she definitely late. All
Well,
the
Jordan,
way late.
we was late too. It's okay.
All the way late. But though Chauvin is widely expected to appeal, he also faces a trial on federal civil rights charges, along with 3 other officers that have not yet had their state trials, which is crazy to me, right? They should definitely already have their state trials before they...
Well, Chauvin has asked for, what is it when you say that your trial should be a mistrial?
Leniency.
No, he's asked for a mistrial.
Leniency.
His lawyer has requested a mistrial.
How can you... Because they said that
No.
the jury was...
So they got past the jury situation. Then
Right.
he said because of the circumstances of his upbringing, and then he also said something else. The third one, they submitted it I think Monday to try and have it sent so the sentencing didn't happen today, but his sentencing is happening today. I told you, he has to be the one that takes the fall for it.
I can't see without my glasses, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I forgot my glasses, and there's no need to go get them now. They're not in here. So I was looking around for them when we started.
Oh, that's what you was looking for.
That's what I was looking for.
You ever try to find your glasses without having them on? Yeah, it don't work.
No, it don't. It definitely don't work. It definitely don't work. And my other glasses are dirty, so it don't make no sense to put them on. But I think, I want... you say he's not going to get that long.
I don't think so. I think they're going to sentence him, and then they're going to forgive some of his time.
Right.
He just has to be the one who takes the punishment because of his gesture, because of how he went about it. I say that all the time. He's the one that has to come in. You brought this, bro. You got to take this for the team.
Absolutely.
They're taking care of his wife, who miraculously divorced him. They're taking care of his family. His kids' pension and college tuitions are already taken care of. If you ask me, he's just a pawn. And he has to go through the motions. He has to request the mistrial. He has to find different circumstances to free. The fact that he said it's because of his upbringing, he should, it's a circumstance?
Circumstantial evidence?
No, not as far as evidence is concerned. How he was brought up. He said he wants a mistrial because of
How he was brought up? He was brought up in a white household surrounded by
so
other
basically
white people.
he was taught like this. I forgot what was the word that
Thank you, Nita. Thank you.
he used. Oh, we got Mr. and Mrs. Gio on here.
Right.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Gio up here to do his own show.
I was going to say I'm not arguing with Sterling all day. Every time we argue the whole time. So you said his own show. Come on, Stockman.
Right.
Let's go.
Geo and Goob. I talked to Goob. Goob told me to tell you something. I'll tell you after the show's over.
On the same show?
On the same show.
At
right?
the same time.
At the same time, right? Because I think they speak for a audience or people from the city that understand exactly what they're saying.
And if Goob says something smart, I'm gonna beat him the F up.
No, he said
day.
he loves you, right?
Yeah.
And he ain't never had no ill wills towards you. He loves you, and I just want to talk to her, bro.
I didn't even know me and Goob was beefing. We beefing?
Like, come on, ain't nobody trying that shit. Anyway.
I don't got no beef with nobody,
Say hey.
bro. Anywho, I don't think that Derek Chauvin is going to get a lot of time. I think they're going to sentence him. See, he always start in trouble.
I think he's going to get wrapped.
And they going to sentence him, and guess what? We're going to forget, just like the Fruitville station guy, we're going to forget about that officer, and we're going to forget about Derek Chauvin. We're going to assume that he's still incarcerated. Nobody's going to follow up on it. Nobody's going to pay attention, and guess what? He's going to go home, and he's going to relax and retire on a beach somewhere.
I don't think there's a judge in his right mind that would sit there and say, all right, Derek Chauvin, you can go free after serving 2 or 3 years. I think this case has been followed more. You can say this is the highest followed case of a case like this, right? The Fruitville Station, it came out after the movie came out, and people were upset. I cried at that joint. I was like, damn, bro, like, because I saw where he was. I was in that transition as well, trying to figure out what I was doing with my life, because what I was doing, it was okay, but it wasn't what I wanted my son to do. Right, it wasn't what I wanted my son to see. So it was like that hit me to see that he had threw his weed in the ocean and was trying to change his life to be a better father and a husband to his wife, and then he gets killed. And then the officer says it was by accident. I accidentally grabbed my gun instead of my taser. Nah, bro, you shot me because you wanted to. You shot me because you could. You shot me because at that time that's what they were doing to us. Right? Shooting us and then saying, oh, my bad. We have an incident in Louisiana with the state troopers of Louisiana where they told the family where the young man died in a car accident. But they have footage of them whooping his ass and hog tying him and dragging him
by the car.
What did they do when they cut those mics and those recorders off?
They
right?
did.
It's 46 minutes and they only released 2 minutes, and 2 minutes is way too much.
No, they released more than 2 minutes. I think it's 12 minutes because they show him being pulled over. They show him being like, it's a lot. But those cops or those officers are now under investigation.
Right.
They're now saying they're saying that's not the man in the video.
The one cop died. The one
who finally came through and said,
he died. It's funny. He died in a car accident.
He died in a car accident.
Wow.
I mean, you got to earn fraternal order of police. Isn't that what it's called?
They stick together.
They're frat.
They stick together.
Gio says he think they're gonna give him 20 years and then appeal to 5 to 10. And I say, I go with the 5, and I'm gonna say he's gonna do 2 years, and they're gonna give him special probation for the rest of the 5, and then he's gonna be done. But we're not gonna know because we're not gonna pay attention to if he's still incarcerated.
So right now we're gonna follow this. You said we're not gonna know. We're gonna know. We're gonna.
Well, I don't mean like you. I mean like America's gonna know. America's gonna be okay. Black America is gonna be okay with his conviction, with his sentencing, and they're gonna celebrate. They're gonna celebrate today. This is gonna be a turned up Friday when that cop gets sentenced to whatever maximum sentence they're gonna give him. Black America is gonna be like, yes, we finally got one of them. They're gonna celebrate. Tomorrow we'll go right back to normal. They'll 9 times out of 10. I don't want to speak it, but I'm gonna say it. They're gonna do something to hurt one of us over the weekend, just like they did the day that he got found. They killed that little girl, and guess what? They got away with it. So they're gonna say it's never gonna stop. You got one compared to 50,000, and it's a shame. But I don't see him doing a full term and dying in prison. If you give him 20 years, how old is he right now?
45.
He's 45 years old. That'll make him 65 years of age. And you're telling me 20 years at a minimum?
He needs to do all 20 of those years, bro.
He's not going to die in jail. He's not going to die in jail. And they already got him on a cell block where it's just him. There's no one else on the cell block but him.
He will die in jail.
No, he's not.
If you put him out there with
Oh, I can't wait for 2 years so we can come back, sit in this seat and talk about June 25th, 2025. Is that 2023, 24, 25? Which one is it? We coming back
2026. We talking about 5 years. She right. The next thing gonna have them gonna take our attention away.
Yeah, that's what they
But
do.
The next thing has happened continuously. It's not like they stopped. It's not like we haven't.
And
seen.
you telling me he's not the pawn for all of these things that happen? I just sent you one
I'm
where
telling
the
you,
three cops.
he killed a man, and this is where it's
A
different.
man he said he didn't know. Number
a
one.
man he said he didn't know that he knew of, right?
And they found out that they worked together. They
Right.
never once brought that up.
But he didn't shoot him. He didn't use it. He kneeled on him. So that's a reckless endangerment. That's a reckless caring for another life, is to not worry about how this man is breathing or whether or not he's breathing at all. So it's different than a gun. It's different than, it's like, oh, I accidentally, you could use it. Oh, I feared for my life. You were in complete control from the time he was on the ground. And he was on the ground for 8-9 minutes. So you were in complete control. He did not move. He could not breathe. So it's a different situation other than all the others, right? Because all the others is, oh, he was resisted. Oh, he was fighting. Oh, he was not doing anything
He said he was resisting.
but from the 9 minutes that we saw, was there any resistance from George Floyd? There wasn't.
So when we coming back to this in 2 years or 5 years? When are we coming back to this topic?
We'll come back to it when
we got to come back every so often to see if
Right.
he's really incarcerated.
Right. Well,
Because at some point in time, I don't see it happening.
We're gonna stay on it. We definitely gonna stay on it. What's up?
I don't know. I just sent you that one about the jury that's convicting the ex St. Louis cop for beating the black officer that was undercover
Right.
at a march or something in St. Louis.
Right.
And he told them he was a cop. Like now they're attacking each other. He told them he was a cop. He told him and 3 of his fellow officers that he was an officer. You know, they have certain lingo that they use with one another to identify themselves outside of work. So when you are in your plain clothes or if you are undercover, you can identify yourself so they don't make the mistake of shooting or apprehending you or however it goes. They killed that man in St. Louis at that rally, and the one cop is being convicted of that. And he should be going through like trial and motion soon. But I just see Derek Chauvin. I said George Chauvin. Lord, I see Chauvin not getting as much time as we anticipate. They will sentence him. They will bring him back in front of an appeal judge. The appeal will be granted. He will get time served in a special probation, which will total of 5 years. And we won't know because Black America won't pay attention. We see the win.
Well, we need to pay attention.
We see that we do.
We need to pay attention. So there we have it right there. We need to pay attention. We need to look forward to him spending the next 20 years of his life in prison and just let it go.
I agree with
what
that.
you think? You say 20 years? That's right. 20 years.
20 years.
Right. So we have another story, right? And it's a video that you sent me. Just with the mess. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the guy with the $1 trillion.
Oh my gosh! Did y'all see that?
And why I don't fool with all that stuff.
So the guy he makes a
$20 cryptocurrency.
He invests in cryptocurrency. I forgot the name of the cryptocurrency that he invests in. He invests $20. He goes to sleep. He says, "I keep hearing all this noise. I keep hearing all this noise." Right now, he's listed as the richest man in the world ever. Right. He wakes up in the morning time. He keeps hearing this ding, 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 ding. So cryptocurrency, not Dogecoin or Bitcoin. It's another one. It's another one more.
We're going to watch the video, and they're going to tell us. That's it.
Night and waking up as the richest man in the world. Well, it happened to this guy. So did he win the lottery? Not exactly. Les Trent explains what was going on.
This guy woke up a trillionaire. When Christopher Williamson checked his cryptocurrency account, like he does every morning, this was the huge number he saw. Yep, $1.1 trillion. And don't forget the 77 cents.
I looked at it again, and then I fell out of my bed and ran here to my desk to try to figure out what was going on.
The news would have made Chris Williamson, a nurse from Georgia, the richest man in the whole world. Richer than Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates. But he's not really a trillionaire. It was a glitch in the system, and his cryptocurrency account was frozen. We asked Fox Business reporter Susan Lee what happened.
I don't think it's real after all, but it's a nice feeling, isn't it, to know that you can put in $20 and wake up a trillionaire?
For now, on paper at least, Christopher remains the richest man in the world. And the number keeps getting bigger.
On paper, how much are you worth today?
Right now, it is worth 173 trillion, 277 billion, 357 million, 372,000, $90.79.
Holy cow, you're taking us all to lunch.
I try to find humor in it, but it's depressing.
Well, that's too bad. The cryptocurrency company Christopher was trading with Coinbase.
Well, it was short-lived.
173 trillion. This is why I'm not fooling with none of that money, bro.
So as of right now, it's still in his account, but they frozen his account. So he's still listed as the richest man ever and everything.
It's continuing to rise because he started off at 1 trillion and he got 172 more trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Where is this money coming from? What is it backed by? What is going on?
So
right?
they technically cannot find the glitch in the system, and they have not learned or realized how to turn it off. So he's still the richest man in the world right now, and he's like, it's crazy because it's there. I can look in my account and it's there.
I just can't have
I
it.
can't have it. So he's not a
think he should be able to
trillionaire,
have it.
but he's definitely going to be a thousandaire. They're going to have to give him.
You're gonna have to.
They're going to compensate him somewhere. They can't give him $1 trillion though. That's out.
Why not?
Because they can't.
It's what's in my account.
Listen.
Man,
You
I
know
would
it
get
was
a
a
lawyer right
mistake.
now. It's what's in my account. Your mistake.
A lawyer can't beat that either.
Shit.
It can't.
Welcome to America, where we can sue for anything.
And the only thing you're going to get is what we were probably going to offer you anyway. But you're not getting this $1 trillion. You need to know that. He's not even going to get $1 million. They're going to give him probably like a good 100,000.
$1 trillion.
They'll say it should have only had one comma in there.
No,
That's it.
It definitely had the commas it was supposed to have in there.
It was supposed to have a .0000000.
Wow.
The comma was just in the wrong place. So
Absolutely.
I feel bad for him, but it was funny. You see how they were laughing, like they were joking about it. He even had to find humor in it because at first he was scared. He was like, he didn't know what the hell was going on. But he found humor in it, and they contacted him almost immediately after the stock market opened to let them know that there was an error and we will be freezing your account. He like, I'm looking at him like, well, shit, I'm gonna pay for these bills. This shit is on the first. I'm like, no, but like, shout out to him though. He definitely came up with a dope. He did a dope investment. So he took the risk, and look what it got him, $1 trillion.
I would be going crazy right now if I thought
He
I had
said
$1
he
trillion.
was. He said he was.
Man, I've been calling every car dealer. Let me get
Everybody is trying
three of
to,
those. Let me get 2 yachts. Let me get a private plane.
Everybody's trying to interview him, asking him, you know, how he feels and how are they going to compensate you? Have they released your funds?
They're not going to compensate him.
Well, he invested. Their stock went through the roof,
Right.
so he definitely comes up off of something. But they have to give him a little bit more than what he came up of. So shout out to him.
That's absolutely
Don't forget
crazy.
to invest, y'all. Like,
I'm not investing nothing.
why?
I keep my money with me. I can't try. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's crazy. What?
Hi, Big Var.
Right.
I'm finding yourself.
Big Var don't know you on the show.
What time?
See, this what's going on. Say hey, Jordan. Say hey, everybody. Say hi. You not gonna say hi? All right.
Oh.
You corny.
Okay, I won't be home until after 12.
Corny. You corny. What's up with you?
Yeah, that's
How you
fine.
feeling? Jeweler McJewelerson. But yeah, anyway, San Francisco will require all of its city employees to be vaccinated against the COVID virus.
All right, I see you there.
Those who refuse and don't get a medical or religious exemption could be fired. The new policy will mandate vaccinations for all city employees, from police and firefighters to municipal workers and city hall clerks and custodians. Employees will have 10 weeks after a vaccine is approved by the FDA to get their shots. The new policy makes San Francisco the first city or county in California and likely the U.S. to mandate COVID vaccinations for all government employees.
Well, they're doing it to the prisoners, so I guess it was going to be a matter of time.
Stopping them from getting commissary.
Stopping them from getting commissary, putting them in holding cells with no TVs. Smyrna actually is a holding facility in Delaware where they're holding non-COVID vaccinated prisoners with no tables, no chairs. They're gonna stand up and walk around, no televisions, no commissary or nothing. So Gander Hill has offered them pizzas, cheesesteaks, chicken, stuff that they can't get their hands on normally to get a vaccine. And I'm like, why are they pushing this vaccine so hard? I'm not here to tell anyone not to get it. I just see the red flags and something's coming behind it. And I've already discussed that people who already got the vaccine are starting to have to get booster shots. So why am I getting a booster shot for something I'm only supposed to get once a year? I don't know. But, hey, man, I'm not saying don't get the vaccine. I'm just saying that I don't want to get the vaccine. And they're making it kind of hard. It's a business out here, and the vaccine is real.
The vaccine is definitely real.
It's just not ready for me.
The threats of the virus are real. We watch people die. We watch people get sick, going to the hospital. They had to put them on ventilators, like all the things that they were going through. So the threat is absolutely real. And why people get it, I understand, right? Me personally, I'm very skeptical to believe that anything is as bad as you say it is until
I see it.
I
gotta have proof.
Right, firsthand. I'm not going to say nobody that I know because I know several people that got COVID while the quarantine was going on. I know several people that passed away. Right, but what did they pass away from? You're not going to tell me they passed away from COVID, right? They could have had, heart conditions or high blood pressure. So,
well, they're saying that COVID was such an aggressive disease or infection that whatever underlying diseases you had, your body couldn't fight anymore. Right. So COVID really is a powerful thing. It is, and I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying I don't think this vaccine is ready. The flu ran around here for years before they finally said, hey, listen, we offer the flu vaccine. Right. Would you like it? Right. And I just can't see it. Both of my mom and my godmom both are vaccinated, and my mother-in-law and all of they're vaccinated. And I'm telling them, I'm like, I don't think that the vaccine is just going to stop that. And I'm like, but I applaud them for their age because it's helping them fight off other things. But now they're telling them they have to get a booster shot. Like a booster shot, damn, you just stuck me twice in 28 days.
6 months from now, you'll need a booster shot.
Yeah.
So twice a year, you have to get a booster shot. I'm not playing with them. You can keep it away from me.
The jails are definitely giving them a hard way to go. Well, upstate prisons, they are more than 45% vaccinated inside the prisons alone. If they can get to 65% vaccinated, they will tell the rest of the prisoners they don't have to get it. They just need more than 50% of the people to be vaccinated, so it will lower the number of people who contract COVID, is what they're trying to explain. And it doesn't stop you from getting it. It doesn't stop you from getting it.
It just lessens the fact that you have to be hospitalized or you could die from it. And you can still die from it, but it's not going to be COVID related. It'll be because of your pre-existing conditions. So to me, I'm not getting it until you can give me something that stops it from attacking me, right? Because the polio vaccine that we give to our children doesn't prevent them from getting sick from polio. You can still get it. It completely wipes polio out. So until you do that, I'm good.
I think it's worse than the flu shot, Gio. I think at this point it's way worse than the flu shot. Like I saw COVID in the front. I saw it in the back. I saw COVID. Like to watch some people that were really, really sick and to see them now, they're not the same. I know somebody now, his underlying conditions are bad. Right. Like his organs are giving him problems. Right. And he doesn't know if it's from the fact that he was on a ventilator or if it's from the actual COVID disease. It's crazy. Like, we don't know what they do to us. And because we were closed off from the world and patients were stuck in there with just people, we have to blame somebody. And I'm sorry, we have to blame some of the medical field people. I don't blame the nurses. The nurses were there. They were overworked and under fucking paid. But I'm saying somebody was getting a couple dollars to say some people were more sick than they were. So I don't know.
I'm not fooling with the COVID vaccine. They can
I
keep
wear
that.
my mask forever. I'm fine with the mask. I remember at one point in time they told you don't come in the store with the mask on. I like the mask.
I don't have a problem with the mask. I got all types of masks.
You
Yep.
have to
Yes,
take
I
a
do.
shot every year. You do. And so I get what you're saying, Gio. But yeah, you do have, like, and with the COVID vaccine, you're going to have to take it every year after you get the first one
Right.
until they get it under control.
And then
now
if you
they're saying
don't
the
take
second-
it, what's going to happen then? Right?
I don't know. Does
already
your body,
welcomed it in, right?
your body, react to COVID all over again? No. And you didn't even make it to last long enough.
And I don't knock nobody that gets it. Like, literally, I'm sitting here telling people all the time, right? I do not knock anyone that wants the COVID vaccine. Anyone that
If
feels
you
as though
choose
they
to get
needed the COVID vaccine to live their life, get it, right? Me personally, I'm not getting it, right? And that we can have people come through the radio station and talk about why you should get it.
Can you imagine how kids are going to be born after getting this vaccine? Like, what underlying conditions they will have after? Like, what about these people who have never bear children yet? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? How do you now go and you explain why my child has a certain birth defect that was never even on the list back then? Like, I don't think anybody has thought this thing through. I don't think anybody has really sat down and said, hey, like, I don't have children yet, and I'm about to be vaccinated with a vaccine for COVID, and in 5 years when I want to have children, what will be the underlying? Then there'll be a infomercial. Did you get the...
Did you get the COVID vaccine? Because if you didn't, you can have these underlying issues.
Are you suffering from night sweats,
Right.
itches? Have you had a child in the last 72
Has
months?
your son been born with a third eye?
Yes. Could you see the infomercial?
Yeah.
You too could be a part of the class action lawsuit.
I knew it was a game.
And look, and now I'm about to be paid. You about to be paid. You got a baby with a birth defect. Like, come on.
Experimental phase. They have not been approved by the FDA. That's why it says.
That's why it's free.
Right. Employees will have 10 weeks after a vaccine is approved by the FDA to get their shot. So that hasn't started yet in San Francisco. But they're letting you know that once it's approved by the FDA, once the FDA approves everything, it's a wrap.
Once the FDA approves it, then it'll cost money. Once
Right.
the FDA approves it, then your insurance will pick it up and start to pay for it. Once it's approved, I don't understand. Like, you can stay in the line today and get a COVID vaccine. My daughter has to get it in order to go to college.
Wow.
And I think that's unfair. Like, they didn't say you have the option of saying she has to get it. She has to have her first shot today. And I'm like, so what happens when your third ear grows? Because they're offering you online learning. So in order for her to stay on campus, and in order for her to have in-person classes, she has to, as a freshman, take the first shot.
Wow.
I said, and that's not fair. I don't
That's
know how,
definitely
it's not
not fair.
sitting well with me.
No, that doesn't
It's-
work for me. Let me call my daughter after this show is over. And ask
It's
her what-
inside of their housing package information. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta look at that.
And
Definitely gotta look at
I'm
that.
like, wow, it's either that or commute. And I'm like, how much is an apartment in DC? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. And it's just not fair. But hey, they figure it out. Like, they gave that boy that full 4-year scholarship to take the vaccine. Some lady won $1 million. Somebody else won $10,000. Somebody won food for life, flights for life. They're offering you way too much for something that's supposed to help you. Anything that's going to help you, they charge you for it.
Right.
Anything that they're not sure about, here they go. If you come and get in the line, you too could with a 24-inch colored screen television.
Get your vaccine for free tickets to the Sixer game.
Yes, you can watch Ben Simmons bum it up all day. No, but I'm
Ben
not.
Simmons. Why would you even mention his name?
I mean, hey, man.
And his agent asked the other day if they would trade him. They didn't even try.
They said no team wants him. They said they would rather bench him for the money that they're paying
Magic
him.
Johnson said, we'll take him. He said it. Magic Johnson, out of his mouth, said, we'll take him.
But not for the amount of money.
We're not giving you anything back for him. You can just give him to us.
Yeah.
Right? If he's such a bum there, he can come here and
Do you
not
think
be
he
a bum.
just doesn't want to be with the Sixers anymore? Like, that's it. You know, most players start
Then he
sticking
needs to
it
say
up.
that. He can't. You can't not show up, not play, not
The bribes aren't saying, well, me either,
right,
Jabri.
and not play and not show up and let your teammates down, and then you say you don't because you don't want to be here. Go to the front office and tell them, listen, this isn't working for me. I don't like Philly. Send me somewhere else, right? And I'll continue to play for y'all, but I don't want to stay here.
I watched the game on TV. That's a shame. This man was they just keep playing his little meme over and over again. Fuck you, Ben Simmons.
Right.
He cussed Ben Simmons out. Somebody walked past him and said, "Oh, shut up." He said, "Shut the hell up. Fuck you too."
But it's real, man. And until we ask the question of why are you playing this way? Why don't you want to work on being better? And you see him in pre-games, he's shooting threes and he making 8 shots in a row.
He gives me the mindset of a point shaver.
Point shaver?
He makes me believe somebody is threatening him. He better not make these shots.
Right.
He be missing shots
he won't
that
take
are
the shot.
possible.
No, he won't take the shot.
Or that pass when he should have dunked.
Right.
I'm like, what did he think? He was going to slip and fall? He was going to fall off the rim? What was he going to do? You're only a foot from the fucking rim. Why didn't you take the shot?
He's trying to be a facilitator.
Come on, bro.
He's trying to be a facilitator.
Yeah, well, guess what? That was a bad time to do just that. He's a point shaver. Something about him and whatever he got going on, they betting on the opposite team. Nah, we going to lose tonight. Bet me 10 stacks. Like, that's how I feel. It ain't nowhere in the world Ben Simmons is losing these games how he's losing these games all the time.
All the time.
That's not cool.
All the time.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not a professional basketball player, but I would say if I was his teammate, nigga, you gotta go.
You definitely
I would have
gotta
hazed the hell out of him. You hear me?
But there's nobody there that can, Embiid barely plays. He plays when he wants to play, right?
I mean, they do. They've been doing Philly dirty. All the teams in Philly do them dirty, so it's okay. I'm still a diehard Philly fan. So we're going to get it together one day.
The Clippers beat the Suns last night. Devin Booker got his nose broke. Doctors had to reset it. Then they put the plate on his face.
He walking around with the mask?
Yeah, he got the mask on.
Oh.
Right? So, I really want Phoenix to win, though. Right? I thought it was going to be Phoenix and Philly. Once I saw Phoenix beat the Lakers, I was like, yeah, Philly going to make it. Because,
Did you think that?
Yeah.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, I thought Embiid was going to show up. Like, you had all these games off during the season. He's a cum bum. Damn. Ben Simmons, you phone.
he tagging him.
Damn. Well, that's how it goes. But
I didn't think the Sixers was going to go past the first round.
Huh?
No. I didn't. I'm happy we make it to the playoffs. I don't think they're going to go far. But
Kyrie Lowry, maybe next year, get a real point guard, right? Bring him in, right? These are things that can happen in the offseason. And I don't think it's going to be the Suns and the Hawks now. But I don't think Kyrie has a Lowry from the Toronto Raptors as a free agent. I don't think he has a problem with coming here, and we need him.
Did you watch the Chester game last night?
No, I did not. I wasn't able to make it. Where was the game at? It was on TV?
It was in Philly. It was on YouTube.
Okay.
It wasn't live, so it's posted now on YouTube. We lost.
So my man from Morgan State, man, he's showing off, bro.
Who's my man from Morgan State?
He played for the team. I don't know his name, but he was on the drink last week, and he was like, I'm from the city. I mean, they ain't pay me no mind. I'm doing my damn thing. They said they called him a disrespectful young boy. That's what the announcer kept saying. I got the call on the game.
I don't know what you're talking about. You got to rewind. Start over.
He plays for the team.
He plays for the Chester team.
Right.
Okay.
And
he plays for Morgan State University?
Yeah, Morgan State University.
Okay.
Philly team stink, and they was calling him a disrespectful young boy. Drew Free, what's up, bro?
Who was calling him a disrespectful young boy? The Chester people?
No, the announcer. He was just playing with him now. Because he said, boy, disrespectful. He just go through and dunk on everybody.
Oh.
You feel me? He wasn't calling him disrespectful like in a real sense and term, but he was saying it as that's his name.
Okay.
Disrespectful young boy. But he a young boy. He played for Morgan State. You call him Duncan, man.
His name Him Duncan?
Him Duncan.
Baz.
All right, Baz.
Shabazz?
Yeah.
Oh, Lil Baz?
Oh
Nasty.
my God.
You gotta say his name. How you don't know his name?
What you mean? Because I'm busy.
That's
you know his name? You should know his name.
I know his name because that's my cousin. That's Uncle Baz' son.
Damn. That's his nickname. He don't care who you are, where you from.
He don't.
You got played or where you played. And he not supposed to. So
I respect Lil Baz. I watched some of the highlights from the last game. Not this one because I'm going to sit and watch it today. I watched some of the highlights from the last game. He was nasty. I said, oh my gosh, Lil Baz. Yeah, that's Lil Baz.
Right.
Shout out to Chester though. We got a dope team.
How you don't know he go to Morgan State? You know every damn thing.
I don't know.
Right.
I I did know he go to Morgan State, but
I said Morgan State.
You called them Little Duncan.
Him Duncan.
Him Duncan.
That's what he said on Instagram. I seen his Instagram post. He said him Duncan.
Yeah, but shout out to Chester. We definitely got a dope team. They said we shouldn't have lost that game last night. They said Philly was
Lost by
phony.
2.
They said that was a phony team. They don't understand. We got some bad calls.
It was up by 13. They let him come back. Yeah.
I don't know. Shout out to Chester, man. He
Should have had the rock at the end of the game.
Ben Simmons take notes.
Right? Absolutely. So let's talk about this. That was the end of our sports report. Thank you, Nafati, for joining us on our sports report. Right.
I watch sports though.
Right. But now we're going to talk about.
Excuse me. When my TV's on in the morning time, it's on ESPN. In case you was wondering.
I don't have a TV, so
you fucking get on my nerves. Get on my nerves.
Imagine coming in to your apartment at 1:10, getting in the shower, and all of a sudden you hear a rumbling, and you look out and there's no part of that building there anymore. This is what people in Miami, Florida are now dealing with. A 12-story beachfront condo partially collapsed Thursday morning at 1:30, killing at least 4 people. There are 159 people who are unaccounted for, and 120 people have been accounted for, and that's up from 102. 55 of the 130 units crumbled to the ground. And let's see what they're saying in Miami. Hold on.
Good news. We do have 120 people now accounted for, which is very, very good news. But our unaccounted for number has gone up to 159. In addition, we can tragically report the death count is now 4. As we work tirelessly and stand united, local, municipal, county, state, and now federal support, we are going to work as hard as we can to continue our search and rescue effort. That is our priority. That is where we're focused, and protecting our first responders who are on the scene. We will continue search and rescue because we still have hope that we will find people alive. That is exactly why we're continuing, and that is why we're using our dogs and our sonar and our cameras, everything possible, to seek places where there may still be people to be found.
And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. 1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in the morning.
And your building just collapses. Now, this building was built in 1981 in Miami. They say since the 1990s, it's been sinking into the ground. You ever go into a house and it just looks uneven? It's like,
and you have to restructure the house. They have like kits to just help you restructure the house, like to realign how it's supposed to be set. It probably didn't have a strong cement foundation, which they didn't fill up. Cancel Miami for me.
I'm definitely going to Tampa. I don't go to Miami.
Before we started the show, we were talking about y'all remember Eric Bobo? He used to work for a construction company that was doing different construction throughout
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
So he did a job over Atlantic City, and people say this is why Eric Bobo had miraculously lost his mind. He was fine beforehand. So he kept telling the foreman of the job that they were using short screws, that they needed longer screws inside of this one garage. Well, that garage collapsed.
Wow.
And when the garage collapsed, Eric was like, I told y'all the structure was off and that they were using too small screws. It wasn't sturdy and stable enough. So Eric, if you ever saw him when you got off at the Highland Avenue, he now lives on the east side, but when you used to get off at the Highland Avenue exit, he used to be out there with signs. It's always one person who wants to do it right, but one person who wants to do it fast.
Absolutely.
And the person who wants to do it fast will take shortcuts in ways that they shouldn't. It's nowhere in the world that was sinking the way it was sinking for all those years, and it was on a strong cement foundation. So, I mean, they say you're supposed to go away to have a good time. Now you're asking, so when were you guys built? So what's the stableness of the foundation going on down there? Now you got to ask all these different questions.
I mean, you got to ask those questions any damn way. I don't know. I'm not bougie, but I'm picky. I don't want to stay too close to the water. Like, yo, why we can't get a beachfront? I'm not staying up here. Like, no, I'm good. I take me back a little bit further.
Why? Isn't the tsunami still going to catch you?
It's not
going to be second in line.
It's not
first.
Well, at least I'm second in line, right? But you know, let me live a little bit further back. Let me get the bay in my way or something like that. I don't want to be right on the beach, right? But for me, it's all about understanding when places were built, how they were built, and how much time they put into it. Now I got a new question, right? You know, like don't put me there. I don't want to be there.
I'm just saying you have to trust that people are doing things the right way.
No, you can't. You can't trust that people are doing things the right way.
Even with the homes that we live in.
That building looked like a bomb hit it.
It does.
Like,
but
literally.
we also have to trust mind you, when the people were going up the elevator, walking over things like that, they saw, bro, where'd the baby go?
She in a car seat.
Oh shit. I'm like,
she sleep. She was sitting there getting fussy. I put her on my back. She went to sleep.
Oh man.
Right.
But we have to trust these construction workers. This is what we pay them for. This is what we trust that they will do the right things. But then when people got deadlines, they don't put too much money into it. People start cutting corners. You can't cut corners on a screw.
You can't.
You can't cut corners on cement slabs. You can't. It's a lot of things that you can't do. But they do it all the time. When that construction site, when that garage collapsed in Atlantic City, that Eric is always talking about. You know, everybody thought it was a joke until you realize that that place really collapsed, and it was people in there that was parking their cars and was moving out, trying to get out of the way. And you can go back and find the pictures. And he like, that's the one I was talking about. But we didn't take him seriously. You think somebody? Sorry, I messed my streak up. You think somebody didn't tell them?
Thank you, Drew Free. Appreciate you, good brother.
You think somebody didn't tell them they didn't sit that structure properly? You think somebody didn't tell them, hey man, this building only been here for 10 years. It's it's got a slope to it.
Oh, man,
and all you gotta do is take it and jack it up and fill it. It's called it's like a cement filler. It's something that you can do for dummies.
The same thing they use for when so there's a whole city off a cliff.
Oh yeah, you said the skinniest city in the world.
Right. And most of those buildings are up on they're hiked up.
I would like to know
why.
Why, number one, why didn't they build back? It's all this land going back.
It's all
a mountain.
Elevated.
Right. But they had to dig one part of it out. Why not dig out more? Go into the mountain. They close to the ledge. I'm looking over scared.
Because maybe they didn't have that technology at that time and they just built onto an already established city. They ain't have time to order new screws or the bread.
Yeah, and then you gotta call these inspectors on their shit too. Because it's your job to come out and inspect each and every section of this project.
And that probably ain't been inspected in 10 years.
It probably has not. In the moment, if you can roll a pin off of something, you know that it's not leveled properly.
Right.
And all you have to do is put a quarter down and let it roll down. If it doesn't roll straight and it goes downward, you know for a fact it's not set properly. But these inspectors come in here, this is how they making their money. They know within 10, 15 years what's going to happen. Right. Now the insurances is looking at it like we got to go back to all the paperwork, make sure that was filed properly.
Absolutely.
And we got to make sure they order all, they want to see everything. When the insurance company got to start paying out, they want to see everything. They want to see every screw you ever ordered. They want to see every screen you ever ordered. They want to see everything. Show me your paperwork. And if you don't got your paperwork in order, you going to be paying these families.
Inspections just want to check. They come out, take three BS looks, sign off, and get a check.
Drew, we ain't gonna talk about
money. And I had a conversation yesterday with Ron Day, and he was like, people that are supposed to be in charge and they just want money, you know, they don't care.
Yeah,
it's people. He was like, P, real shit. It's people like you that don't want money for things and come out and do things that keep things moving, right, and gives people hope that everybody can change. He was like, man, listen, I appreciate you, right? And I told him I appreciate him. But the way that we change is to stop being greedy. The way that we change is to be okay with the things that are meant for you. This is meant for you. And the rest
when
is
I can have what you got too.
Bro,
that's meant for me too.
No, it's not.
You don't know how to take care of it.
No, it's not.
That's just how life is. We want people to stop being greedy. We want them to see the bigger picture and not only see the dollar sign, but that is impossible for people to do, especially people of considerable power.
Right.
If I have the ability to shut you down, I always said about the inspectors, you forgot that you shook a hand with a closed hand. You got to shake some hands around here in order to get things done. And people don't believe that. That's with all cities and boroughs, that you have to shake some hands around here. I ain't never see P get up and move or nothing.
You ain't see what?
I never saw you get up and move or nothing.
You're not paying attention.
I'm not. I'm telling you. But inspectors have to do better at their jobs. They have to stand stern. It was an inspector over at the city. He was stern. He did not play cutting corners. He told you how high your grass was supposed to be, how many windows you were supposed to have, how far off the ground your sockets were supposed to be. He didn't let you get away with a lot of
Your
stuff.
Sockets?
Sockets. Yeah. He didn't let you get away with a lot of stuff. And until him, everybody was doing it their way.
Right.
Well, he started doing it the right way. Guess what they did? Got rid of him. No lie. Got right rid of him. I said, whew, boy, I'm glad I don't need no more COs.
And that's sad, right? So
all in who you know and what they willing to do for you. That's the God's honest truth.
I'm praying for the 159 people that haven't been accounted for. You know, they're there with dogs. They're there with equipment that can hear sounds, and you have to dig everybody out, right? We're talking about a 12-story from the top to the bottom. 159 people unaccounted for. 120 people have been accounted for. 55. So basically not half, but I want to say about 40% of the building, right, gone. 55 of 30 units crumbled to the ground. 4 people have already died, right, have been pronounced dead, right? So it's sad, man, and we have to hold people accountable. It's your job to make sure this structure is safe for me. You can't give the landlord or the owner of the building a pass because he cuts you a check, because that could be my life that you're cashing that check and vacationing and getting a yacht for 4 or 5 hours off the coast of, you know, Miami, and I can die, right? People really have to think about all of this, right? We can't allow people to cut corners. You can't cut corners because someone will hurt. And when I see Eric Bobo, I always, what's up, bro? What's up, Pierre? You feel me? Like, what's up, Pierre? And you know, at one point he was selling his daughter's books. His daughter was writing a book, right? And when I see him and he be out there, man, I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
and everybody thought that Eric Bobo just kind of lost his mind. No, he spoke the truth on something, and something helped him lose his mind. He was fine. Somebody was talking about it one day on Facebook. They stopped and they took a picture of the signs. I said, did you read the signs?
Read the signs, right.
So his brother was in the comments trying to defend him. I said, you don't have to defend Eric. No. If they know Eric, they know better.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, enough, but you know how hurtful it is to see my brother in this state. I said, your brother spoke up, being the man that he was. Don't feel hurt by it. Understand that this is his way.
Why you think I don't let nobody around me? Why you think I don't go nowhere? I don't accept no drinks.
Don't watch my drink.
Right, don't watch my drink. If I leave and my drink's still there, I don't want it when I come back, bro.
Right.
I don't want nothing. I don't even want to eat nothing that your people are cooking. I will call my grandfather, yo, I need some rice and I need some chicken to last me for the week. Look at you. Right, and literally,
I got
like,
the rice and the chicken.
Everybody like, yo, P man, what's up, man? I can't trust you. I will only take something from somebody that I trust.
And that's crazy. Like, he thought he can trust them. They were coworkers. Everybody there, like, we glad you found it. This is my scenario. How I thought. I'm glad you finally noticed it and noticed what was going on. Well, it was too late. The damn thing done collapsed. But you had to get rid of the one person who honestly knew he didn't use the right screws. He told you these are the wrong screws.
Make him uncredible.
Yeah. So now, it's a shame. And the same thing that happened in Miami with that building falling. It happens a lot of places. Those structures are not sound enough. You cut corners. You what is it when you put too much water or something? Diluted the cement. You use too much. You didn't call in the right cement trucks. Yeah, so it wasn't thick enough to set properly. Like, no, it's a lot of stuff that come with construction, a lot of paperwork that got to be done, and you got to keep it on file for the rest of your life and the life that come after. They want to know if it happened during this company then.
You want to say you ordered these screws and you ordered something else and something else came and you didn't have the time. Like, that delays us by 2 weeks.
And it's going to delay us by 2 weeks.
Then we're delayed, right?
Find something else that you could be doing.
This building will not fall.
Yeah.
Right. I can't afford for this building to fall. But some people, they can't afford to be delayed 2 weeks.
Then you shouldn't be in this business because this is what happens. Nothing is never on time, especially in today's day and age. Because you imagine all the stuff that's being built now that materials are barely getting to on time. The price of lumber has damn near quadrupled.
Right.
It went from a 2x4 went from $4 to $14 to now $28.
Wow.
For a 2x4, that is impossible. A slab of plywood has gone through the roof. I said, God damn! I just paid $15 for this like 2 months ago.
$37, $47.
Now it's like $50 for a slab of plywood.
Right.
Like no, and you got to understand, this is life. It's not gonna go back to where the prices were lower because if we can afford to pay it now, we can afford to pay it forever.
Yep.
So this has become our life. The only thing that will fluctuate is gas prices. But the price of our meats are going to remain the same. They're not going to change it back in 2022 because the world is getting back to normal. People were doing more shopping during COVID, more home purchasing, sitting home at the internet, ordering stuff from the market. They figured out how the tolls. When you go through the tolls, there's nobody there to hand you a ticket. They bill your goddamn license plate. I said, I'm going to get a damn ticket. They said, yeah. At the top, it says, keep going.
Right.
It tells you to go through the tolls. They had fired those people. They had figured out we really don't need humans to do a lot of stuff. And you guess what? Now I snapped a picture of your license plate, and guess what you get in the mail? The price that you would have paid to go through that toll.
Right.
With 63 cent increase. But
how you increasing and you fire the people?
Because now I have to take a picture.
You was taking a picture if I would have ran through it anyway.
I got to send you an address, a stamp.
I got to put a stamp on it. That's way cheaper than you paying the person.
Yeah.
Per hour. How many people go through the toll?
A lot.
A lot of people. So that's way cheaper than, but I get it. All right, it's cool. Anyway.
But the price of stuff is not going back down. The price of meats are not
going
to go back down.
I think a lot of things will fall once people get the stability back because they had to gain money for the time that they had off. Right, a lot of things I think will go back down. I don't think it'll stay high.
I don't think so, bro. You got to
the
look
market
at it
settles, it has to settle. It's still not settled. There's still that uncertainty.
COVID, it's the inflation that Drew is talking about.
Right.
But you got to look at it like this: we're not saying we're not going to buy it. We're not saying we can't afford it. We've adjusted our income.
Right.
We've adjusted our savings so that we can still afford the things that we want.
Right.
I went from paying $88 for a case of chicken to $165. I'm not the only food provider that does that exact thing. If we all got together and said, man, we can't pay $165, they would have to listen to us. But guess what? The majority of us pay the $165. And the rest of us that go up Philly, that price went from $50 a case to $75 a case.
Right.
So, and nobody's saying we can't afford the $75. We're going to pay the $75. Dang. So it's going to stick. You're going to look. And he's right. Prices go up every year. They change all the time. But the reality of it is we make it work. We adjust ourselves to it. We talk about Sam & Sam's and their price inflation all the time. They price gouge all the time. And guess what we still do? Go there because of convenience.
Right.
We go there like we're at Giants. Their prices go up every time you turn around, and then they come with a good sale. And we'll be looking for the good sale. But the reality of it is the prices won't change.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're making more, so they're charging more, or we're paying more, so we're charging more.
Yeah. $165 for chicken. Yeah. I used to give you a lot of chicken. You can't get all of that now.
I said it the other day. Things go up. And I'm sorry if I had a conversation with you and the prices changed. Listen, I just got Pico and Comcast and the rates changed.
They definitely changed.
I just called the landlord and the rate changed. Yeah. Right. So all of these things changed on me and I signed a contract with them. So
and they tell you, they say, listen, things are subjected to change. It's always in the fine print.
Right.
Pricing may change. Price varies by whatever. I had to explain to a person the other day what a caterer is. A caterer makes it so you have to do nothing.
Right.
That means I come in, I take care of you and your guests, and then I leave.
Right.
I don't do anything extra. And on top of that, I've already shopped for you. I've already prepared for you, and then I've served you.
Right.
It's nowhere in the world you're going to tell me that I'm overcharging. When I did all three of those things, do it yourself then.
Try it.
Go ahead and do it. And you make sure all 110 of your guests have the same exact feeling that you have.
Right.
If they don't, then you didn't do it right.
You ain't do it right.
That's the purpose of a caterer. And my price is my price. And you're asking me for things that I'm telling you are inflated in price. Chicken. Number one, I don't serve chicken at certain things, at certain events, but now I'm telling them, listen, chicken is higher than fucking steak right now.
Right.
You want roast beef, that is extremely high by the pound. Turkey ham is $35.99 for a half of a turkey ham.
Wow.
Like, and that's not a whole one. That's only like 4 pounds. I'm like, no, you don't even understand. I'm like, I'm trying to explain it to you as much as I can, and I'm doing this for 110 people. Your price is this.
Damn.
And if you want this adds on. You want that, it adds on. You want servers, you want your guests to feel all comfortable, nobody don't gotta get out of their seat, that adds on. They gotta pay for all of that. I see why people add gas prices into it. They add mileage prices into it. I see why they do all kinds of stuff. I'm dead serious. So, gotta go with the times. They're not gonna change the price. They're not gonna change the price or nothing.
So we have just one thing to say to the owner of that building in Miami. Get ready to pay some people.
Yeah, you're gonna pay.
Right? For that short time where you thought you made money and was making a whole bunch of money, you're gonna have to pay for every person in that building because that building is not inhabitable anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 130 people, families, that now have to find a new place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden has activated FEMA, so FEMA is out there to help the people. So, congratulations on that, right? It is a national an emergency for that area. So, and they're going to tear that building down and rebuild it.
No,
and rebuild it right.
They're not going to rebuild that building.
They have to rebuild. They're going to have to rebuild. It might not be that same owner, but someone will buy it.
Somebody will buy the land.
Right, and
probably,
rebuild on it.
But they're not going to build on that land for a while. It has to sit for a while because
you know how important fucking condos are and fucking somebody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are,
right.
But it has a bad name now. And in the company itself has
it's
bad
cheap.
name. Now
it's cheap.
everybody,
it's the cheapest place for them to buy a building and buy it and build it
I'm
the
gonna
way
buy
they
it,
want to build it.
and it's gonna sit, and then it's gonna go back up, and then I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It's probably gonna be like 4 years, 5 years.
Just do it right. Just absolutely do it right. So our topic today is based on
I gotta stop sending him a kidney stuff because he's trying to get me
a snippet that Jess Hilarious, right? Jess with the mess. Jess Hilarious put on Instagram where she's talking about women. This is the first time I ever heard a woman say this. This is my life. I'm trying to tell y'all. She exposed the truth about females cheating, and we're going to watch this right now.
Ladies, we are the most contradicting species in the world. I'm going to just call it how I say it. We definitely fucked up in the head. Because we get mad, man. I'm talking about our whole world comes to an end when we find out a nigga cheating on us. But the whole time, we cheating too. Matter of fact, we cheated first. So really, the nigga don't even know he cheating back. See, the difference is we know how to do it and don't get caught. Now listen, it's completely natural for women to go through their man's phone. That's how 90% of y'all niggas get caught. It's not natural for a man to go through his woman's phone. That's why we could be laying right next to you texting another nigga. As long as we lean over every 30 seconds and give you a little mwah, you'll never suspect anything. Ladies, we get so upset because we're natural competitors. We think whoever this nigga cheating on us with, he may somehow leave us for them. Which is not the case most of the time because niggas don't catch feelings like we do. But ladies, we think that way because we're doing the same thing. Every time you get mad at your boyfriend, you planning out the rest of your future with the nigga you cheating with, huh? You fantasizing about living with him, what the kid's gonna look like. You walk around the house fake pregnant by him, talking to yourself. Hey y'all, what's up?
Shut up, Jabri.
And she is not lying.
Boy, she's not telling 100% the truth.
What do you mean?
She is not telling 100%
She basically
the truth.
said the same thing that you've been saying, right? Why men don't realize it, because she'll be texting, then she'll reach over and give you a kiss, and you're like, why she texting her girlfriend?
A woman
Men don't,
not,
hold on, these are the things she named, right? Men don't go through women's phones, right? Women
they do. Hold on, they do.
And when they do, they find out exactly why they did. You don't go searching for something
that you don't
want to find, right? You find exactly what you're looking for. So let me talk about the couple things she said. Right? She mentioned men going through women's phones, right? Mm-hmm. Women reaching over and kissing men while they're texting someone else. Mm-hmm. The fact that women are quick to think, and the fact that men don't catch feelings, right, as easily, right, as women think they do, right? A man can knock you off from here to next month and sit there and say every day, yo, I'm not with you, I have a wife, right? And if you choose to deal with him, that's what you choose to do, right? Women are more messier than men when it comes to the cheating aspect, when the men are cheating on their women, but women are so proficient at cheating when it's them cheating on their boyfriend. And I say it all the time. Hold on. We have nails. We have nails, and then we have worms. And men are using worms to nail in something, and that's not the right thing, right? I'm talking about gummy worms, not real worms, right? And women are using nails because ain't no man gonna sit there and tell no other man, yeah, I'm knocking your wife off. Yeah, I'm knocking your girlfriend off. He gonna be like, oh, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man? You good?
See, you saying this from past tense. I'm talking about now. The men are the complete opposite of what you're saying.
Well, everything that she's saying, they're saying.
No, what she's saying as far as women are concerned, she's not off at all.
Right.
I'm mad. I'm kind of mad that she put that out there with the following that she has.
Men are cheating back.
But
I'm cheating back. I cheat back.
FOH.
It's crazy because you say it all the time. Cheat back, sis. And then when I say
cheat back, sis,
that's what I'm doing.
But it's like this. Men don't pay enough attention to notice a woman never changes her schedule. If she has something to do, you have to fit between that schedule. I don't have 10 extra minutes to give you. I don't have 2 extra minutes to give you. If I say I gotta go to the market and I'm normally done at the market by 11:30 and you want to see me in between that time, I gotta get to the market still and get home by 11:30. The problem with men is they get comfortable and they end up stuck. That's why you could say a man doesn't gain feelings, but the peace in it comes making her think that he has feelings, and he stays a little bit longer each time he comes over. A woman will get up.
He's comfortable.
She's not. That's why women won't get caught cheating. That's the guy's honest truth. So a woman will get up, she will get dressed, and she will leave and go home and be home at the same exact time she's supposed to be home. A man will come in an hour later and say, I only got one mother. And that's it. And he'll lie on the homie. She done seen the homie at the store. Niggas don't even fall in line with the lie. A home girl is insane. Girl. So where was your girlfriend at last night? Oh, we went to have drinks. She right there. Ain't never seen her, talk to her, nothing.
So again, men don't fall in line with the lie because they want the woman that he has. Right? It's so corrupt.
Think that's why?
Absolutely, bro. I done had motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna talk about it. I ain't got time for it. But men, like, they believe.
Jess Hilarious is funny.
She's real though. I fool with her because she keep it a B, right? And all of her little sketches, it be all the way.
Point.
It be on point.
She talks about stuff people are really afraid to have conversations about.
Absolutely. So you can't sit there and be like, "Oh, she foolish." No, she's serious.
But all of that stuff gonna come back and bite her in her butt too.
Why?
So because now when she's laying next to her man and texting and reach over and peck him on the lips, he gonna say, "Oh,
you texting?
You one of them cheating bitches?" Like that's how
I don't think men don't do that.
Yes, men do that.
What men do that?
Men do it all the time. You think everything I talk about up here is about my life? No, but they assume that it is. So and they say, I can't believe, boy, shut the fuck up. That is not about me. I can't believe you with X, Y, and Z. That's not about me.
I know there's a difference between us sitting up here doing this and we're talking about things that we've seen from other people or exacerbating a true feeling from someone else. Very seldom are the things that we talk about our true lives. But it's very easy for a person that's involved with you to sit there and say, oh, that's how you feel? No, that's not how I feel. That's what I saw, right? I haven't experienced that. But if you want to experience it, we can experience it and see what ends up happening. And then you get into that art. We have gone through so much stuff personally talking about relationships up here that I'm willing to sit here.
I don't defend myself no more.
No, I'm putting a show together.
Are you?
Yep.
Well, you go right ahead. I ain't coming.
I'm not
losing no more relationships. Because
no, it's gonna be like honestly, it has to be me and the person that I'm in a relationship with, right? And we're gonna sit there and we're gonna talk about all the things, cheating. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about lying. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about all those things. But we got to put those topics together first, right? And then we can talk about them. But I personally believe that she's right. Most women are dealing with a man that they might want to be with while they're with the man that they claim they want to be with. And you're playing. Most men are just fucking these females. Literally. I was just tagging. I was going to get right back. You feel me? You don't do shit like that. You don't pick up and leave me sick like that. What Jay-Z, he said it in the line, right? Once a good girl's gone, she's gone forever.
Period, poo.
but she was never a good girl.
Yeah, she was.
More forever.
Hold on. It's some out
It's
here
some.
that was actually
It's
good
some.
girls.
It's some.
And remain good girls.
Right. It's some.
I can honestly say that, but here's the thing. It's way too many unappreciative men. Men don't appreciate good girls. They assume that they had one bad girl and it tainted them all. That's how most men look at women. They never look at women as if they have the possibility of still remaining a good girl. Just because I went out last night did not mean I went out on you last night. And some men, they listen to what their friends say. They listen to what what they've already been through, and they don't allow themselves to go through anything new. Women do the same exact thing as far as trying to maintain a new relationship and not allowing the old relationship to be seen in the new relationship. Women will look at that man and think he's the same man she just got done with, and that's because she didn't take time to herself. A cheating woman is a bad woman because she's hurt. So she honestly does not know how to give herself to this person 100% because she's always expecting him to do something to her. So I don't know.
I mean, if you're always looking for someone to do something to you, and that's why you do what you do, then until you allow people to be who they are, you'll never be with anyone that you really want, right? So we can't, and I learned that, right? Because I ain't talking about that shit. Anyway, life gives you exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for a faithful woman, you can have a faithful woman. Ignore all the bullshit. If you're looking for a faithful man, you can have a faithful man. Ignore all the bullshit.
No, don't ignore it.
If you want a faithful man, you can have one. If
girl
you
just
ignore
said,
all the bullshit.
If you ignore stuff, stop overlooking stuff. You have to address
Man,
things
you address
that need
that
to be addressed. No, because this is what happens. This is why arguments become below the belt arguments, because people don't address things that need to be addressed immediately. They only address things when after it has become too much. You allow them to do it the first time, the second time. When we get to the third time, since you can't come with the argument, because now you got to bring up the shit from the first time. So you have to address things immediately in your personal relationship. You have to say to him or her, hey, that's not how I like things done. And if you don't like something about them, you have to say it too. So then it becomes a conversation and not an argument. People forget how to communicate with one another after they're in a relationship. They think they have ownership, and now I can dictate and tell you what to do with your life when it was your life from the beginning.
Oh, that's what I was saying. And you just said it for
No,
me
you
again.
ain't what you were saying.
That's
Shut
exactly
up.
what I was saying.
Whatever.
Right. That's
He
ownership. Ownership.
I don't own a person. I don't own them. And I had to ask somebody how was their life after they got married. And you know what they told me? I was with them 20 years before we got married. We're still the same people.
Still the same people.
And I said, that's how you said? She said, yeah. She said, people run around here all the time thinking that because I became the wife, I have more ownership.
You don't have.
You still have the same relationship.
Right.
You just changed your last name to mine. And if you treat me the same, we will remain the same couple.
The same couple.
We have the same common goals. People allow ownership to
he mine. I can tell him what to do. No, you can't. My mother is down the street.
Yes.
I have one mother.
Had one mom.
I have one mother.
But that's the problem with men too. They think that just because a woman is giving them advice that she's trying to be something that she's not.
There's a difference between advice and rules and regulations and what
rules.
you should do.
So don't do to me what you don't want done to you.
Right.
If
That's
you
already
don't want
understood.
Me to come in at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the
Don't
morning.
come in at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Everybody should treat each other how they wish to be treated.
Right.
Accept what you are willing to give. If you're willing to give nasty, negative energy, then accept that shit when it comes your way. Don't be the person that said, I can't believe you treating me like this. Nigga, you was treating me like this for years.
You have no choice but to accept it.
I don't know. What is you over there doing to Jordan?
Pulling hair off of her.
But you gotta be the same person to the same person you want to be with you. You have to be that same person to them.
It's hard.
And it's not hard.
It's hard.
It's very simple.
It's hard for people to understand what they should give in a relationship if they've never seen a healthy relationship.
I don't think you have to see something.
You have to see love to know what love is. You can't possibly just think you're coming in thinking, oh, this is what love is supposed to be, because you're going to get smacked in the face every day. So you have to see love given. You have to talk to your mother. Mothers have to talk to their daughters. Fathers have to talk to their sons. We have to talk so we understand, listen, this is going to happen, But it's not on you to run away or to go and do something extra. It's on you to talk to her and say, why did you do that? And if she says, I don't know, and you ask her, what does she want? And she says she don't know, then know that she doesn't want you because she doesn't know and walk away. You can do that. It's okay.
People say I don't know in fear of saying they want something that a person can't give them.
Well,
some
do you
people
know
want
what
things. Some people want things that are out of expectations.
How do you
of
know
others.
what you can give to a man?
You don't know unless they
Right.
ask you, and then that person. The worst thing a person can receive is rejection. And the worst thing you can receive is a no.
Right.
So when someone you ask somebody, well, what do you want? Or you ask me what I want for dinner. Oh, well, I don't know.
Right.
And then he pulls up to what he can afford.
Right.
And if she doesn't want that, then
Right.
go the fuck home and cook.
Please go the fuck home.
But my thing is people don't say I don't know so often and frequent because they don't know what the other person can really give them. I don't want to tell you what I want and you can't give me what I'm asking for.
Right.
Jordan, you ready for the show to be over?
Yeah, she's like, it's time to go. We got to go. We got to go. Where we got to go? You going to say bye? Go ahead. Say it. No? Okay. You ain't going to say it. You just corny. Oh, anyway, I was about to say something. It's CMPRadio. Ooh, that scared you? It's CMPRadio.net, man. It's the morning meeting. And listen, just talk in your relationships, right? Stop thinking you're slicker. Men realize it and they don't care. They go out and they cheat too. Right? He's not.
They cheated first.
I'm not about to mess up this relationship by acknowledging what you do. I'm just gonna go out and do what you're doing. Right? The thing is that the women I'm doing it with, they aren't as slick as the men you're doing it with. Right? And they're gonna say something. They're gonna show up. They're gonna, hey P. Like, oh, what you mean, hey P? Don't be pulling up on me talking about no hey P. You feel me? Like, oh, my fault. Ain't no my fault. What's wrong with you? So women, stop. If you're the side woman, play your role. It's on the other side, around the back of the building, the side entrance. The front entrance and the side entrance are not on the same side of the street. That's why it's the side entrance. Be the side entrance if that's what you're going to be. Know your role, man. It's CMPRadio.net. It's the morning meeting. What?
I ain't say nothing.
Why you shaking your head?
I just didn't agree. Go ahead.
You don't agree that the side entrance and the front entrance are on different sides of the street?
Different sides of the street?
Right.
Or different sides
the front,
of the building?
the different sides of the street. The street. I'm on the street. It's on different sides of the street. So this is on the whole. It's on the different side of the building. And there you go. All right. You corrected me. I appreciate it.
I don't know. Anywho, thank y'all for coming out. And today's show is provided by Latoyson Law, owned and operated by Chester's native Enrique Latoyson. Latoyson is there for you when you need it most. They can handle all of your legal needs. Support Chester's own Latoyson Law. They handle property transfer, criminal defense, and all other legal needs. Right firm, right now. So if you got child support, call Enrique. He'll get you up. He'll get that paper down. 610-999-1439. The right firm, right now.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to my man Michael McDonald, man. And this song is deep. I keep forgetting.
I'm like, why are you talking about Michael McDonald?
Because I keep forgetting.
What, that he black?
We're not in love anymore.
That he white? Whatever.
I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, love. Every time you're near, every time I see your smile, hear your hello, say